Legal nurse consultants excel in helping the attorney tell a story. Every trial begins with an opening statement that lays out the attorney's version of the plaintiff's story. Both the plaintiff and the defense attorney use their opening statements to capture the attention and persuade the jury. How do you make your reports interesting and compelling? I'm Pat Iyer. I ran a successful LNC business for 28 years, and I use the details in medical stories to help attorneys understand what happened to the plaintiff. Suppose you're writing a factual piece. You have lists, both numbered and bulleted. You have details galore, and you're sure that the story is going to sink like a lead weight because it's boring. You can hardly get through it. How can you expect the attorney reader to read beyond the first few paragraphs? Obviously, factual stories demand facts, and sometimes a writer can't find ways to buffer them. One of the best methods is to include stories and be descriptive. Compare these two descriptions. In version 1, the patient was a 52-year-old man with a past medical history of hypertension and diabetes. He was involved in a rear-end collision on September 18, 2018. Version 2. Jose Gonzalez was a 52-year-old man on September 18, 2018. He worked as an accountant. He was married. He lived in a single-family home. He enjoyed playing baseball with his daughter and working out in the gym every other day. He took Bumix for his hypertension and metformin for his diabetes. According to the police report, at 8:30 a.m., Mr. Gonzalez was stopped at a traffic light when his car was rear-ended by a car driven by Grace Gunner. The second version provides many more details and begins to tell the story of Mr. Gonzalez's car crash. People love stories. A good story can bring facts and theories to life in a way that lists, statistics, and other forms of information sharing don't achieve. Stories activate our powers of imagination and emotion. When we need to read about the experiences of others, we get involved. We feel empathy, whether the story is happy or sad. Your analysis of the medical records reveals the plaintiff's story. You may find vivid details that influence the case. For example, in a product liability case that I worked on, that involved analyzing hundreds of medical records. One set of medical records stood out. The liability issue involved loose hardware and migrating spinal screws. One of the plaintiffs with loose hardware was driving when the rods in his back broke through his shoulders. I shared this horrifying description with the defense attorney, who was our client, to warn him about the graphic nature of this man's damages. This is a story you won't forget. That's how descriptive details make us pay attention. Be sure to check out the resources for legal nurse consultants on legalnursebusiness.com.